41. If you want a successful marriage, you dash pray for it. We have better, bearer, had bearer, and we have would bearer. Now look at it. The answer we should pick here should be had better. You had better pray for it. Why? Why have we chosen had? After all, he's trying to give an advice. There's something we call a verb in a subjunctive mood. We call it mood of a verb. In this type of mood, in a situation where you give advice to somebody, in a situation where you recommend or you try to explain, when you recommend, when you give advice, when you express your will or your wish in English language, therefore, the rule of grammar could be broken by bringing present tense to past tense. And that is what we have done here. Instead of using have better, we now go to had bearer, because this person is trying to give advice. Advice, A-D-V-I-C-E. Is trying to give an advice to this person. So that is the reason why we are having had bearer, not have better. I hope you are getting me. Now, the next one, 42. The stadium had a capacity crowd in spite of the weather. In spite of the weather. Look at it. The first one, the weather favored the crowd at the stadium. The second one says, the crowd defied the weather to fill the stadium. The stadium was not filled because of the weather. The crowd loved the weather at the stadium. The answer we should pick here should be the stadium was, the crowd defied, that's B. The crowd defied the weather to fill the stadium. That is, look at it, it says, in spite. Look at the word, in spite of the weather. That is, they didn't mind the weather. So therefore, you have to look at the sentence very well to choose your answer. So that means the stadium, that is, the crowd defied the weather to fill the stadium. That's the answer is B. Now let's go to the next one. Boyega couldn't have attended lectures yesterday. Boyega couldn't have attended lectures yesterday. It's talking about Boyega couldn't have attended lecture. That is, couldn't have. Couldn't means it could not, it's not possible. It could not possible. That is, it's not impossibility is what it's trying to say here. So therefore, let's see what the answer is going to be. It was possible that Boyega attended lecture yesterday. It was possible that Boyega didn't attend the lecture. It was impossible that Boyega attended lectures yesterday. It was impossible that Boyega didn't attend lectures. So the answer should be C. It was impossible that Boyega attended lecture. It was impossible that Boyega, impossible. That is, couldn't. It was impossible that Boyega attended lectures. So the answer is C. C. The answer is C. Now let's go to 44. The conference is biennial. When we say something is biennial, students, I hope you understand what we mean by that. Okay, let's go on. The conference is held. Now, first one is the conference is held twice every year. The conference is held twice every 2 years. The conference is held once every other year. The conference lasts for 2 years. The conference is held. So the answer, this is not the answer here. The conference is held twice every year is not correct. The conference lasts for 2 years is not correct. So therefore, the answer should be C. The conference is held once every other year. Once, that is, 2 years. That's the meaning. They just want to test your intelligence every other year. Question 45 now. Only 2 ministers survived the recent cabinet reshuffle. What are we saying? A, in the recent changes in government, only 2 ministers were sacked. It's not. In the recent changes in government, all but 2 ministers remained alive. No. In the recent changes in government, all but 2 ministers retained their posts. In the recent changes in government, all but 2 ministers were sacked. Only 2 ministers survived the recent cabinet reshuffle. That means in the recent changes in government, all were sacked, but only 2 ministers remained. That's the meaning. In the recent changes in government, all were sacked, except 2 ministers. That is the meaning. So the answer is D. In the recent changes in government, all but 2 ministers were sacked. When you hear but, so that means in exception. But means in exception. Okay? Let's go to this section. Interrogative, question tag, and reported speech. I want you to pay attention to this very well. Question 47. The managing director did not pay his staff last month. Let's look at the question. The question says, he, that is the managing director, did not pay his staff. So the verb here must correlate with the question you want to ask. That is, it must correlate with the question tag. So the answer should be, did he? Because we have did here. The managing director did not pay his staff last month. The answer should be did he? It's not didn't he. It's not had he not, or it's not it. Now I want you to understand something. In question tag, when the statement is positive, the question will be negative. And when the statement is negative, the question will be positive. I want you to have that one in mind. That is how to get answer correct in tags. Now, 48 says, you would have thought that somebody would have informed me. You would have thought that somebody would have informed me. Look at the statement. There's nothing like not there. And there's nothing like no. There's no negative tag there. No negative. Therefore, it's a positive tag. So the question, the answer should be, wouldn't. You said you would have, so it should be, wouldn't you? Because of the would there, you would have thought that somebody would have informed me. Wouldn't you? So the answer is B. Now let's go to 49. Mary asked John, dash, whether could she meet him later. This one is asking, this one is trying to explain what Mary asked from John. The first one is saying, whether could she meet him later? Could she meet him later? If she could meet him later, she could meet him later, that she could meet him later. I think the answer should be Mary asked John if she could meet him later. Mary asked John if she could meet him later. Question 50. She doesn't have to attend the lecture. Doesn't she? Is she? Has she? Does she? She doesn't. This is a negative tag. It's a negative tag. Yes, it's a negative statement. It's having not. Doesn't. Therefore, the answer should be in the positive because this one is in the negative. She doesn't have to attend the lecture. So it should be, does she? The answer should be D. Does she? Now, the next one, John, would you mind lifting this box? John, would you mind lifting this box? Now, for the question A say, yes, I mind. B say, no, I don't. The next one say, I do. No, I do. Yes, I don't mind. He say, no, I mind. He's asking John, would you mind lifting this box? He's telling him. So the answer should be, no, I don't. So the answer should be B. That is, no, I don't mind. Okay? Let's go to 52. The teacher asked if she dash seen her boyfriend Recently, we have the options A, has, have, was, had, will have. So the answer should be, the teacher asked if she had, it should be D, if she had seen her boyfriend recently, because he's trying to give you a report. It's already a reported speech. It's giving a report of what the teacher asked. The teacher asked if she had seen her boyfriend recently. It's in past tense. Okay? 53. Must you say good morning to everybody in the street? Must you say good morning to everybody in the street? Oh, this one said, no, you needn't. I mustn't. C, I can't. D, I do not need. E, I have to. The answer should be, no, you needn't. Mind you, anywhere you see must in the question tag, you are not going to say, no, I mustn't. No, it's not talking about must. It's trying to advise. So therefore, you shouldn't say must. You are going to say needn't when you say must in the question. So no, you needn't. Question 54 says, don't study on the examination day. What did he tell you? This one is asking of the question which he told him. He said, he told me, the answer is C, not to study on the examination day. So the answer is C. Let's go to 55. Bimbo sings beautifully. Dash. A, isn't it? Doesn't she? Does she? Is she? Look at the statement. Bimbo sings. That means Bimbo is a singular subject. And the verb is singular. Bimbo sings beautifully. So it's going to be C. The answer is C. Does she? Because of the singular verb here, sings. Let's go to the next one. When John reported the incident, the teacher remarked that he dashed a responsible boy. Do you know that this is a reported speech? Therefore, the verb in the sentence must be used in the past tense. Therefore, it's going to be when John reported this, the teacher remarked that he was a responsible boy. It's talking about what had happened. That is the remark made by the teacher. Therefore, when John reported this, the teacher remarked that he was a responsible boy. The answer is A. Next one, 57. Have you paid your taxes up to date? The tax collector inquired from this person. So the tax collector inquired if A, you have paid your taxes up to date. If I had paid my taxes up to date. C, if have I paid my taxes up to date. E, if I have paid my taxes up to date. You know, this one is a reported speech. And the verb that to be employed should be in past tense. Therefore, we are going to pick B as the correct answer. The correct answer is B. Have you paid your taxes up to date? The tax collector inquired if I had paid my taxes up to date. The next one, 58. I'm not surprised that Zali had a road accident. He was always driving too fast. He was always driving too fast. Look at the word here, was. It's talking about what Zali was doing when he saw him. It's referring to the experience he had with the driving of Zali. Therefore, because he said he was, so it's going to be, wasn't he? The answer is B. Not isn't it, not didn't he, not did he. So the answer is B. Wasn't he? Because of the word was here. Are you enjoying us? Now let's go to question 59. Choose the option that is appropriate among the phrase or the phrases. Look at this. I explain something sometimes. We call it a verb in a subjunctive mood. That is a mood of the mood of a verb. The mood of a verb. Now, this one is talking about the mood of a verb. That is in a situation where you are talking about things that had not happened, as if it has happened. Thereby, you violate the normal or the correct rule of verb by using the present tense, by using past tense in place of present tense. You take the present tense to past tense. This is it. Look at this one now. Had I been you, I dash resigned. Had I been you. This is a person who is talking to somebody presently, and he's using had. Like what I said, the normal rule of verb will be violated by using past tense instead of present tense. Had I been you, I could have resigned. Should be the correct answer. I could have resigned is the correct answer, which is A. I could have resigned. Now, question 60. If he had not pardoned us, we are dash. If he had not pardoned us, we are. That shows that we are already pardoned. That means he had pardoned us already. So where we will have been, and so on like that. Do we say today? Should we be? Do we have been? Would we have been? So the answer should be, if he had not pardoned us, where would we have been? If he had not pardoned us, where would we have been? At times we can make a reference to our God. Our God who pardons, he pardons us every day. So if God had not pardoned us there by sending his son to us, where would we have been? So in this regard, the correct answer here, if he had not pardoned us, where would we have been? The correct answer is B. I hope you really enjoyed this section. Hope to see you again. Bye.